I have to make this PSA. Everyone at the bar needs to shut up. God damn it. It's like the white noise of a TV just playing while you're trying to jack off. It's fucking terrible. It's just the worst. Totally fucking just a buzzkill, you know? I was so hard before I came on stage, and I'm just like softer than a baby's ass. Always good to reference a baby's asshole when you're talking about penises. Alright, our next comedian. Another good segue for you folks. Our next comedian, I have to check his name. Brooks Hoover, ladies and gentlemen.
Just because it's fucking distracting, just in case Ian didn't let everyone know, if you're talking, shut the fuck up! It's my time to talk. Alright? Good. So, for those of you who don't know me, which is pretty much everyone in this fucking room, I was born in Charlottesville, but I grew up in Waynesboro. And when I grew up in Waynesboro, I started doing karate from a young age, and now I'm 25, so I've been doing it for a while. And that was warrant enough for me to go to Japan. And when I went to Japan, I actually learned what my name was in Japanese because it's a different country. They also have a different phonetic system. So my name doesn't sound like Brooks Hoover. It actually sounds like Brooks Hoover, which is fucking badass. In fact, I'm probably going to let my name try to be legally changed to it later. But from doing all that karate, I actually, learned a lot of things. One of which, I actually learned how to sneak around really easily. And because of that, I actually started scaring people a lot, and my friends, call me an asshole for it. But I broke new ground scaring last year. I just want to take you through that experience with my roommate who I scared. I was sitting in my apartment playing video games, and I had left the door to my apartment open, because I knew he was going to come in. And I heard him come in, and he was messing around in the kitchen, and then I was like, well, let's scare the roommate. So I jump into my closet, and I just stand there, and I'm gonna just listen for him. And he comes through the kitchen, down the hallway, and he stops in his room for a second, and then he comes into my room, and he's like, hey Brooks, what's up? Brooks? Brooks? Oh, you're not trying to scare me again, are you? Fuck off! God damn it. And he, goes on his merry way. He goes into his room and then back into the laundry room, and he starts fucking around with the dryer, and I can still hear him from the closet. And he turns on the dryer, which is great for me because that just leaves an air of white noise for me to sneak around in. And so I tiptoe down the hallway and stand right behind the laundry room door. And the plan is, he'll close the door, he comes out, I scare him, boo, that's it. But I figure, let's draw it out, because the longer he doesn't know I'm there, the better the scare. So I actually sneak away from the door and hide in his bathroom behind the shower curtain, because I know he just got home from work. He's eventually going to take a shower. So he comes out of the laundry room, walks down the hallway, goes into his room for a few seconds, and then comes back as expected into the bathroom. That was the expected part. The next two things that happened were unexpected. When he walked into the bathroom, he was naked. Now, I wasn't expecting to see his full Monty, but that's the price I pay for your comedy. And then, when I jumped out to scare him, he just goes, ah! And runs back into his room. And I started laughing, and he was cursing my name in his room, and I started laughing. I'm just, and I looked down, and there on the floor, well, apparently when I scared him, he crapped himself. And that's where I broke new ground, because I have figuratively, but never literally in the sense scared the shit out of someone. And that's what I did. I actually had another new experience last year that I want to share to y'all tonight, and I can't believe I'm going to tell this story, but I've had a few drinks, so fuck it. This story is equally unexpected and surprising, and you'll see why in a second. But my friend Aaron invited me to a birthday party that he was going to throw for our mutual friend Lydia. Now, me and Lydia had this little flirtatious relationship going on, but nothing ever came out of it. So he also told me that our other friend Leah was going to be there at the party, and if I went to the party, I would have a chance with her. which is incentive enough for me. So I put on my Sunday best and I get to the party. Now, I didn't know anyone except for Lydia, Leah, and Aaron at the party, but, you know, you start mingling, you drink, dance a little bit, and there's actually this little Asian dude named Tommy at the party. He passes out on one of the 3 couches in the living room, which is fine, we just keep on going. And Aaron, after a while, decides we should play a game of Kings. Now, for those, who knows what Kings is? Kings? Anyone? Who plays Kings in this house? So, Kings is a game where you all sit in a circle, and you have a deck of cards, and you draw cards from the deck. And based on the card you draw, you drink a prescribed number of times. The kicker to this game is, if you draw a certain card, you have to make up a rule. And Aaron gets one of these rule cards during the game. And he immediately institutes that if you drink, you gotta strip off an article of clothing. Now, since this is a drinking game, within a few rotations of the group, we're all down to our like underwear and, you know, bras and panties and boxers and shit. And I was fine with this because Leah was standing on the other side of the room and she was in her bra and panties, and I was like, oh, come on titties, come on titties. Oh, they're so close. Oh. And then within another few rotations, we're all naked. Now, I've never been naked in a room full of men and women before. You know, I've been naked with a woman I was going to be intimate with. And then I've been naked in a room full of guys before. For sports, like football, track, you know. But, you know, that wasn't the interesting part, being naked in front of all these people. What happens next is the interesting part. So there were 8 people playing. Tommy was still passed out on the couch, but there were 4 guys and 4 girls. Me and Aaron, and then 2 other guys. And then Lydia and Leah and 2 other girls. Now, one of those girls was the girlfriend of one of these guys. And then there was another girl. This other girl gets up, takes the birthday girl by the hand, and pulls her over to the couch and starts making out with her while she's still naked. And I'm like, hey, that is pretty awesome. And I go to look at the boyfriend and be like, hey man, check it out. And he pulls his girlfriend over to one of the other couches and starts making out with her, still naked. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I mean, they are in a relationship, so that's normal, I guess. And then I go to look at Aaron and be like, hey man, what's going on? And he's down on the ground with Leah, still naked, making out with her and feeling her up. Now, it's at this point in the story that you, the audience, as well as I, realize that I'm in the middle of an orgy. Now, if someone had come up to me in the middle of the street and said, hey man, you want to have sex with like some random people? I would have politely declined, but I was drunk. And I was already naked, so what's the turn of phrase? A dick in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. No. When in Rome, fuck like the Romans do, right? So things progress, and I won't get into any nitty-gritty details, but I will say it's really strange to be sucking on a girl's tit and then open your eyes and your friend is staring back at you on the other tit, sucking. Just like, oh wow, we've reached a new friendship level, I guess. I will also say it's super funny. The bird that go halfway through all this just stands up and is like, I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I'm like, well, I was on the other couch at the time getting my dick sucked by 2 girls blindfolded, and I was like, I don't know, I feel like a pretty lucky guy right now. So things start to wind down, and people start to leave, and I think, man, I should get the fuck out of here. So I go over to the couch where my clothes are still draped, and the Tommy, the Asian dude, is still fucking passed out this entire time. I start to put on my clothes, and on the other side of the room, the girlfriend and boyfriend are still going at it. She's over there sucking his dick. And at this point, Tommy wakes up after all this, just, and he looks across the room, and he can see what's happening, the dick being sucked right now. And he was just so fucking wasted that he just passes the fuck right back up. Which is funny because it was his place. You think he just would have gone back to your room. But I go home and probably take one of the longest showers I've ever taken in my life. And I'm just washing the sin off. Oh God, going to hell. Oh God, I'm going to hell. So the next day I have to pick up my friend for work, and we are going to work, and I'm, driving. I'm being pretty quiet. My friend's over there, and he's like, hey Brooks, man, you've been quiet. You okay? I know you went to that party last night. You have some fun? I was like, yeah, I had. It was great, meet some new people. Got to know each other. You know what? nothing really happened. It was pretty boring. I would never bring it up again. I've actually done this set once before, and my friends, we're in the audience, and afterwards they came up to me and they were like, Brooks, was that true? Were you really in an orgy? And I was like, man, this is comedy. You know, I kind of embellish some things. I would love to explain the whole ordeal to you. I'm having some friends over for a party at my place. You want to come along? That's my time. Thank you.